Hi, it's Nick Shell, and this is a quick video I want to do for any parents that are considering allowing their children to see the movie. Was it called Miss Peregrine's School of Children or something? I typed in the title, but anyway, I saw the movie today, and I think it's important that you watch this video or one like it to figure out whether you're okay with your child seeing the movie. It is rated PG-13. And the first half of it it's got language throughout it. The worst being GD would be the worst out of the language. Second half of the movie, hardly any profanity, but then that's where all the violence comes in. Now, here's what it reminds me of. Have you watched an episode of Stranger Things on Netflix? That would be the easiest way to describe what to expect from this movie as far as violence and intensity goes, and just in general themes of death and things like that. Stranger Things. Also, X-Men Apocalypse, which came out earlier this year. If you've seen that, if you've happened to see that and Stranger Things, then no, it's at that level that this movie is. It's not for most kids, as far as where that age, that would be up to you, the parent, what you would feel comfortable with. But I'd say that for a lot of kids, this would be it would be too intense. It would be too scary. If we're talking, younger kids. I want to explain just a little bit of this, and I'm not here to say it's inappropriate. I love the movie. It was so good, but it's my kind of movie. I like this kind of stuff. Again, if you like Stranger Things and you liked X-Men Apocalypse, it's pretty much right up there with that as far as language goes and as far as violence. I mean, it's heavy on the violence and heavy on themes of death. However, here's how they get around it. Keeping it PG-13, there's no blood, at all. Now, granted, here's the most violent part of it. Part of the plot, part of the theme is that certain people get their eyes eaten out by these other creatures. So it shows people with no eyes, and then it shows all these eyeballs of these people eating their eyeballs. Okay? So if that reminds you of Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, well, there you go. Which was also rated PG-13, back 32 years ago. So there's that. There's no blood. It's full of violence, but no blood. And I think that's how they do it these days. That's how it feels like there's more violence in movies, but it's just no blood. And then therefore they can, and not showing really so much on-screen camera, death or whatever. So what do you think about taking your kid to this movie? Based on what I just said, and I think if I were to keep talking about it, it wouldn't help my point at all anymore. I think everything I've said in this 3 minutes or so pretty much tells you. There's cursing in it, yeah, and not just a few, and not just minor ones. There's plenty of violence in it. There's heavy themes of death in it. Really no blood, really no murder of humans on screen so much. And if you've seen Stranger Things or X-Men Apocalypse, you pretty much know what to expect out of this movie. I think, for the most part, probably most kids who wouldn't be appropriate, it wouldn't be appropriate for them, are probably the kids that aren't going to want to see it to begin with, I would think. If your kid really wants to see it, I guess at least make sure they've seen, what was it called with Jack Black? Goosebumps. Make sure they've at least seen that. But it is an intense movie. It's definitely one that you don't just let your kids watch by themselves. You watch it with them. It's a very fun movie, but it's going to depend on your kid. So I've told you everything you need to know in less than 4 minutes, and chances are this is the first video you've seen about someone talking about the parental content. I'm just an extra random guy filming late at night before he's about to go to bed. Those other videos you watched are a lot better than mine. But I gave a new perspective, didn't I? Nick Shell, thanks for watching.